The influencer Dominique De Silva, QueenCityDom.
It's been a little while since I jumped on here.
Oh no. To when they rolled out the vaccine in this area, she couldn't have gotten it when she says she did. I swear to God, if she changes it up and she's like, I got the measles vaccine, that's what caused it, I'm gonna be pissed, okay? There's tons of proof that so many people have had adverse reactions to this vaccine for any noticeable symptoms at all until 2 weeks after getting vaccinated. And then they went away. And then they returned again. Just complete fraud, okay? Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? I hope that we are all doing very, very well. So today I am going to be covering someone that has been actually requested to me a whole bunch over the past several months, at least 6 months now. I've been getting messages about this person. Because I cover the anti-vax community, I am pro-vaccine. Please go and get the COVID vaccine and stop listening to these psycho conspiracy theorists out here. But when I first heard of this, it hadn't broken out yet that the person could be lying. And well, we've all seen what happens when Queen opens her big mouth before the rest of the world is ready to accept that someone might be lying. Chris Hansen. And then I have the whole world come and attack me, and I'm apparently at fault for whatever happens with whatever. Because I said that someone was bullshitting, and the world was not ready to admit yet that that person is bullshit. Chris Hansen, how's that FBI investigation coming, by the way? Is it going good? Just wondering. So I decided to wait a little while until, the world caught up and they were like, oh yes, this girl's faking. So now here I am, a little late. You can thank the people that struck my channel for that. And we are going to be covering Dominique De Silva today. So stay tuned if you want to watch me cover that woman and that whole shenanigan around the COVID vaccine and what happened with her faking an illness from the vaccine. Then stick around. Please make sure that you give the video a like, subscribe if you are new here. I would really appreciate it if you thought about joining my members. I do make extra content for you guys, and I do give you sneak peeks, so you're not going to want to miss that. And I don't know why it turned into J Station, but you better subscribe. Otherwise, my husband is going to pretend that I died, and then he'll resurrect me, and I'll come haunt your ass. Okay? Hit that button now. So, yeah, let's get into it. And just by the way, I've heard that I'm mean, so just prepare for that. Let's go. It says here, the influencer Dominique De Silva, QueenCityDom, had an extreme adverse reaction to the COVID vaccine and now suffers from tremors and paralysis. It sounds awful. Oh no. You want a cookie? De Silva's symptoms occurred 2 weeks after vaccination and are unrelated. There is no mechanism by which a COVID vaccine could cause seizures. So I want everyone out there to listen to this, because one of the main comments I get under my videos making fun of the anti-vax community and talking about how we should all get vaccinated is that the vaccine is dangerous and it can cause seizures. But there is no mechanism by which it could ever do that. So I'm thinking that you guys all got it from this. A viral video from the North Carolina real estate agent and influencer Dominique De Silva, aka at QueenCityDom, claims that she has suffered an extreme adverse reaction from getting the COVID vaccine and now has tremors, paralysis, and a host of other symptoms. The video shows her shaking in a hospital bed and has a voiceover saying that she won't be silent about her adverse reaction. Because, the government's trying to silence everyone. If they have a reaction to the vaccine, they want to silence you. Why? I don't know. They keep telling people to report it if they do. But apparently, they're trying to silence us. Dominique De Silva says she got vaccinated with Pfizer on March 18th. She originally shared a video of her shaking in a hospital bed to Instagram on July 17th, which was captioned with a list of her new symptoms. She then opened accounts on TikTok and Twitter to share similar videos with more footage of her struggling to walk or shaking in a bed. According to a GoFundMe page, her symptoms began appearing 2 weeks after getting vaccinated. She has already raised more than $10,000, and as of August 20th, it was $17,000 that she had raised. It kept going up. But the thing is that her story has inconsistencies, okay? A lot of them. She claims to have been vaccinated on March 18th in Nevada and then moved to North Carolina a few days after that. However, she would not have been eligible to receive the vaccine at that time in Nevada. All right? So according to the state's vaccine rollout plan, only the elderly and frontline workers would have been eligible at that time. And she is a young real estate agent, and she would not have ever qualified. She's not an essential worker. Nobody was moving during this time and buying houses, okay? It was only on March 22nd that Nevadians who were 16 and older and who had underlying conditions were eligible. And then only on April 5th that all of them who were 16 and older were eligible. Another Instagram post dated July 15th, she claims to suffer from Hashimoto's disease, an autoimmune condition that affects the thyroid, which perhaps would have put her in the first group. Those with underlying conditions who are 16 and older, but even then she claims to have been vaccinated 4 days before she would have been eligible for the vaccine. So according to when they rolled out the vaccine in this area, she couldn't have gotten it when she says she did. On her GoFundMe page and in 2 follow-up videos she posted, she said that doctors had told her symptoms were unrelated to getting vaccinated. She also is still searching for a diagnosis according to her social media pages, as her doctors do not have any definitive answer for what's going on with her. 'Cause she's faking. There's no evidence for the claim that it had anything to do with the vaccines. This is also not the first time she has posted on social media about her medical journey. She posted about her list of mystery symptoms associated with Hashimoto's disease on April 29th, 2020, long before this current episode. Some of the symptoms of Hashimoto's overlap with her current symptoms, including memory lapses, chronic fatigue, migraines, and muscle weakness. One possible but rare complication of Hashimoto's disease is, oh no, I'm gonna butcher this, my eczema or extreme hypothyroidism, and one of the symptoms of that is seizures. It is, of course, impossible to diagnose her from afar or even get an accurate idea of what her symptoms are and how they manifest off social media. And that's what makes this so hard. As someone with a mental health condition myself, for those that don't know, I am fully diagnosed as having complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I got diagnosed shortly after my daughter was born, and I've been on medication ever since. I've been going to therapy ever since, yada, yada, yada. I've been going to therapy since I was 9 years old. I am now 35. And for those of us that actually suffer from a mental health condition, it's very frustrating to see other people make up conditions. That being said, it's always hard to know what's going on with people when this is turned off. So you could not watch someone, for example, on the internet and really know for sure if they have the condition or not. It's so hard to accuse someone of faking, especially someone like me who actually has it. We don't want to overstep and start pointing our fingers at other people and being like, you faking. That's hard. But at the same time, right now in our world, there does seem to be this big trend. Is that the word I used for that? I guess so. Big trend on TikTok of people that are actually faking ailments. That appears to be what happened here. Although this is a little bit more serious to me than a bunch of teenagers pretending that they have Tourette's. Yes, although that's very insulting and they all need to stop that. This woman, a grown woman, in her 30s, decided that she would lie about getting the vaccine and having these awful effects due to the vaccine, and that helps spread the misinformation about the vaccine. And we already got enough anti-vaxxers out here blabbing, okay? So we just don't need her doing this. It's more serious to me, all right? One day, all of those TikTokers are gonna grow up, they're gonna look back, and they're gonna be like, oh my God, I was so cringe. Why did I do that? I'm an awful person. Whatever. This is a grown woman that should already know better, that's doing it to help spread more misinformation in our world about this vaccine, which, like I said, we do not need. So we got to talk about this. Even though it's hard for me to point my finger at someone and be like, you're faking your disorder in any way, shape, or form. And I do not suggest that people start doing that all over. Even with some of these teens out here on TikTok that might be faking their Tourette's or whatever, you got to be careful. You got to be careful because you don't actually know if they have that or not. I'm just saying. It's a slippery slope, all right? We're kind of all walking on a line with this. And I'm going to try to be as careful as I can and just know I understand how annoying it is having something like this and then watching people fake. They are faking. You guys have been faking being triggered out here for years, bud. Years. I've been having CPTSD, watching all of you going, I'm so triggered, I can't watch that. When, you know, I get a real trigger and that's supposed to be up to me to deal with, right? But I gotta put trigger warnings in my shit to protect you. Your trigger warnings, you're responsible for, nobody else, okay? If you can't watch something without being triggered, don't watch it. It's not up to people to babysit you. That being said, let's just continue on. I think I went on a little bit of a rant there because this whole like faking ailment thing, you gotta be careful with it. But this bitch faked it, okay? Her first post that mentions chronic illness comes on July 9th, but does not mention vaccines. Interesting. I swear to God, if she changes it up and she's like, I got the measles vaccine, that's what caused it, I'm gonna be pissed, okay? She includes a story that she has written up on her blog and on her GoFundMe where she felt very off and suffered some leg pain, and then says a few weeks passed and her symptoms increased to the point of disability. On July 15th, an Instagram post reports that a doctor told her she had dystonia, which is a coordination and muscle problem. However, she still doesn't mention the vaccine. Her first post that blames her symptoms on the vaccine comes on July 17th, which was the original viral post. Oh yeah, she went viral. I'm out here spreading the correct information about how we should get vaccinated, and I'm not going viral. But she goes viral? You guys owe me going viral, damn it! In an Instagram story, which she posted after July 17th as a response to the viral post, she mentions that she'd been desperate for answers. Of course, you know, if you're ill, you are desperate for answers. And that a new friend had encouraged her to share her story and not care what anyone else thinks about the vaccine. Was that new friend Kate? Did she happen to go by Modern Alternative Mama? I'm just wondering. You know, comment down below and let me know, because you're gonna watch this. I don't know, she might. You guys owe me going viral, damn it! Depends how much of a narc she is. It seems extremely likely that she encountered some misinformation about vaccines in the period between getting vaccinated, first suffering symptoms, going to a doctor, and making the viral post. You don't say. Side effects from the vaccination usually occur within 48 hours of getting vaccinated. And there are side effects. We've talked about this. Side effects. But there's a difference between side effects of the vaccine and a serious adverse reaction to the vaccine. And that's where I think a lot of these anti-vaxxers don't understand. A lot of them are still sitting here like, there's tons of proof that so many people have had adverse reactions to this vaccine. And I'm like, no, okay, some of us felt flu-like symptoms and had a really sore arm. I had the shakes and everything for like several hours after getting my second one. And then I woke up the next day and I was fine. It did not give me the shakes forever like this woman be claiming. And when you get them, they occur within 48 hours of getting the vaccine. All right, it's not like 2 weeks later and then you got them. If the patient has an extreme allergic reaction, like anaphylactic shock, then side effects can occur within 15 minutes of getting vaccinated. And that's why when you get vaccinated, they ask you to sit outside for a little while before you leave. I had to sit outside for a minimum of 15 to 20 minutes before they would let me leave after getting my vaccine so that they could be sure I did not have any severe side effects like anaphylactic shock when I walked out of the Rexall, because that's where I went and got mine. Yeah. Some Pfizer recipients reported getting headaches and nausea up to a week after vaccination. According to De Silva, she did not suffer any noticeable symptoms at all until 2 weeks after getting vaccinated. And then they went away. And then they returned again after a few weeks. So, she got the vaccine. She was fine. Apparently, she had no side effects when so many of us had some. And then 2 weeks later, she got a ton of side effects. And then they stayed for a little while. And then they were like, you know what? We're getting kind of sick of attacking your body. We're going to take off for a while. And then a few weeks after, they came back and they did this to her. Damn things. COVID vaccines, Pfizer's included, have no plausible mechanism by which they could cause seizures or shaking. Severe side effects from vaccines occur in about 1 in 500,000 people. And that has been proven by the vaccine studies that they are doing all the time. Because I know many of you like to believe that they have not been studying this while they've been doing it. That's because you're dumb. I don't have anything else for that. This is roughly the odds of being struck by lightning. So, if you aren't scared of going outside when it's raining and getting struck by lightning, you should not be scared of going and getting the vaccine. Just saying. Otherwise, I don't want to see you leave your house. Because who knows, you might get struck by lightning if you do. The odds of dying from COVID are much higher, depending on your risk group. Anywhere from 1 in 100 to 1 in 500. So you have a 1 in 500 chance of dying from COVID, or you have a 1 in 500,000 chance of getting a bad reaction to the vaccine. Which one will I choose? You go with the vaccine. And your risks of contracting long COVID or a severe case that requires hospitalization are even higher than that. The vaccines have no causal links to seizures, tremors, or other neurological symptoms, okay? Other viral videos have surfaced on social media showing people suffering from seizures or tics because apparently the vaccine also causes Tourette syndrome, which is why I brought up the tics. And yes, we'll look into that too at some point, I guess, of people faking Tourette's. It's a thing. I don't know why, but it exists. This is a very common narrative right now. But often those videos have been found to have been misreported or just complete fucking fraud, okay? They're fraudulent. As we reported before, they've been keeping up with this. One such case from Sean's skeleton shows her getting tremors 3 days after receiving the Moderna vaccine. However, she was later diagnosed with a stress disorder unrelated to the vaccine at all. Her vaccination card details were not linked to any reports in the VAERS database, which is run by the CDC to catalog adverse reactions to vaccines. If her reaction had occurred in response to vaccination, her healthcare provider would have been required to report it, or else they would lose their job. So if you think that there are healthcare providers out here that are willing to lose their livelihood to hide the fact that some people could be getting adverse effects from a vaccine, again, you're dumb. I just got nothing else. You stupid. I told you I was mean, okay? I'm a throw spade, not here to throw pillows. Vaccine rollout in the US has been unprecedented in terms of scale. There has been a massive level of public scrutiny at every step of the process. And the idea that vaccines are dangerous is a narrative that already exists, okay? Every damn day right now. Every day you guys are sending me TikTokers right now. You want to know why I got TikTok? Because of this. This is why. Every day a number of people develop neurological conditions like Bell's palsy. All right? Bell's palsy is an actual condition that tons of people suffer with. The rate in the US is currently 110 persons per day, according to Stat News. But under the scrutiny of the vaccination rollout, it has become easy to attribute these problems to the vaccine. As we reported before, if you give everyone in the US an ice cream and then see how many of those people die within 24 hours, you'd come away thinking ice creams were lethal. Some people are lactose intolerant. In this case, some 400 million doses of vaccines have been given in the US, and someone like De Silva has made the casual link not just 24 hours afterwards, but 2 months later. But 2 months afterwards. This is a case of confirmation bias. Very common out here. Just saying. Chris Hansen. Correlation or even coincidence is not causation. Just get that through your heads now, please. Antidotes are not data and do not prove a causal relationship. Of course, they had reached out to the woman for comment and she did not respond.
It's been a little while since I jumped on here and kept you in the loop with what's going on. I want to pause for a second and apologize for the way I'm talking. I'm having a little bit of trouble speaking.
When I watch this, it does look faked. Did you think that when you have a neurodivergent issue that you just talk like this? Because that is not what it is, bitch. Sorry. Again, mean. I own it. What is this?
At the moment, and just a few ticks, so please bear with me.
This is so insulting. So insulting to people out here that actually have these disorders, lady. Do you not understand that there are people with seizure disorders and with Tourette's that have to deal with these things every day? And then we got you out here acting like this just so that you could say the vaccine gave you something so that you go viral? How dare you insult every single person in the world that actually suffers from this? Shame on you, bitch.
Still out of town, but I am doing some healing modalities for my brain right now in Connecticut.
Can we heal your brain so that you no longer fake having Tourette's and issues with your brain to get clout for being hurt by the vaccine? I'm just surprised she doesn't have a southern accent.
So I'm very hopeful that I can feel a little bit better soon.
One of the ways that you can tell she's faking, if somebody actually has a symptom like this, you'll notice her speech is choppy because she's making it choppy. She's giving herself the issue in between the words, right? Somebody that actually has this issue will try their best to speak all the way through and not have it be choppy. and it will show up in the middle of words. Like they'll be halfway through a word and it will give them a tick. It's not only in between. It doesn't just make you talk like this. You can't fake it if it's real, because of the fact that people with this would actually just sit here and try their best to give a flowing video while having this happening to them and messing it up. That's one of the ways you can kind of tell she's faking.
The thing that I want to address is gonna be on the next story. I wanted to take a moment and say thank you to anyone and everyone who has shared my GoFundMe page.
Is she driving? Is she driving? Wait a minute, hold up. Hey! When you have a seizure disorder, sweetheart, guess what you lose? Your license. If the vaccine has given you this issue with your brain to the point where you are having such severe tics that you can't even get through a story recording on Instagram, guess what you should go and hand over to the city right now? Your license. Because we don't know if you're going to have a serious tic that's going to then make you jeer the steering wheel off into the road. But since you're not in the UK and you're on that side of the car and you're in the front seat, you driving right now. So let me get this straight. You have this disorder that can give you a seizure at any time according to you and gives you such severe tics that you are now disabled. Anyone else with this condition would not be allowed to drive, but you're driving while recording on Instagram. So not only do you want to, help give everyone COVID, apparently you want to hit them with your car too.
Or has donated. It has really been super touching for me. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Because without that, I wouldn't be in Connecticut right now. It has truly helped. And again, I am very, very grateful for it. I haven't noticed that there are a lot of new people here.
You're gross. Kind of gross that you're all like, thank you for helping me, sending me all this GoFundMe money so that I could further fake having this and go and waste a bunch of doctors' times trying to diagnose me with something I'm faking. Or I guess it would be more like, I thank you, because you don't know how to act. No Grammy for you.
And I know a lot of questions, and I am trying to stay on top of everything as best as I can while trying to heal and get better. So I apologize if I can't answer everyone. I really do. But if you want to go check out my story and get up to date, I try to post everything on my blog so you can...
How pathetic is this?
I know that is hoping...
Thousands of people in the world actually suffer from conditions like this, and they're completely debilitating. And then we got this woman. Making my eye twitch a little bit. For those of you that know me in person, you know that that's not good.
It's really confusing. Trust me. But but it's not pretty what is happening to me and a lot of other people. So this
is fake.
Isn't something I would have ever wanted anyone to see me like. But at this point,
that's kind of funny. Because you literally, the first video you posted of it was you in a hospital bed. If you didn't want anyone to see you like that, why would you post yourself at one of your most vulnerable moments, according to you? I have mental health issues. I've had some hella vulnerable moments. I've had the police come in here, take me down to the hospital, never recorded it. I've had times where I have had such a severe nightmare that I wake up hyperventilating, trying to catch my breath, okay? If you have PTSD or CPTSD, you know what I'm talking about. Any kind of trauma disorder, you know what I'm talking about. The last thing I would think to do is to grab a phone and record it. All right? It's very difficult to do, first of all, when you're in that state. Like, I've had people accuse me of faking. I'm like, well, I can't record it because when I'm in those states, do you think the first thing I'm thinking of is I'm going to go grab my phone? No! Just like if I get swatted, the last thing I'm thinking of is I'm going to go grab my phone to take pictures of it to prove it. What are you people on? So it's just difficult for me when I see a lot of like people that are constantly doing that. This woman's constantly done that. She's recorded lots of videos showing her vulnerable tics and illness due to this vaccine, apparently, which it's not. I have to put that in there in case YouTube decides to come check this out. I mean, it's one thing to record maybe a few of those moments and show them, just help spread awareness, things like that. But that's not what she's doing. She's doing this for clout. And there's a line. There's a line there. All right? Don't cross that line. Especially don't cross it to the point where you are making up having ailments for clout. I can't even believe that this is a thing right now. But here we are.
Point, and I don't care anymore. I guess my biggest thing is that what is happening to a lot of us right now isn't pretty. And we shouldn't have to hide our situations to make other people feel more comfortable, because right now we're not comfortable. We're not doing okay. So I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is the reality right now for me, and this is something that...
Do you know what makes me really uncomfortable? When you fake this. I'm uncomfortable. We done with this video. I can't watch her do this for another moment. I know, I almost made it through. Okay, I tried my best. She had a GoFundMe. She made about $17,000. The last time that I checked on it, it was at $17,000 as well. And then they decided, and GoFundMe decided to do an investigation because they're like, wait a minute. This is weird. Why is this lady getting a bunch of money after she says that she got one vaccine and then got this condition? What's going on? Now, Dominique De Silva, she has 98,000 followers on Instagram, so you better follow me on Instagram, okay? I've had enough of this, where she posted about her work as a real estate agent and life in Las Vegas prior to moving to North Carolina. She went viral on the platform after claiming in a July 17 post that she was experiencing neurological symptoms as a result of the COVID-19 vaccine. And again, she only had the first dose. A lot of us actually, the first dose isn't that bad. It's the second dose that really fucked us up for most of us. Case was with me. So it just kind of made me laugh too that she had only gotten the one first dose, like the one that was better for most of us, and then claimed symptoms. I would have believed you more if you said it was after the second one. So even the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Strokes has come on and said that there is no evidence of a causal link between the COVID-19 vaccines and the neurological illness. Okay, you see that? You see that? So, no. Right now we have a huge crisis in not only the US, but our entire world with vaccine hesitancy. As we know, that is what I am doing out here. I am trying to make you feel better about this vaccine. All right? Do not be hesitant to go and get it. Be more hesitant to get COVID. So, basically, GoFundMe was like, listen, this bitch is probably faking. We got to do an investigation. So they had the company's trust and safety team investigate it, and it was called Help Dominique Recover from the COVID-19 Vaccine. Woo! So this is it here. It says Help Dominique Recover from the COVID-19 Vaccine, and yeah, I haven't checked it in, well, since I've been bad. I haven't checked it in a couple months, but it's now actually at $22,656 raised. She, of course, claims that her hospital visits cost her a whole bunch of money, so she needs, the money to try to pay off those bills. And then since she was a real estate worker and she can no longer be one, she needs money to live. That's what it says. And what's really heartbreaking about this is that there are so many comments underneath this that are all very kind, caring people that honestly, they just don't think that someone would lie about this. So when they see this, they go, oh my God, this is awful. Look what the COVID-19 vaccine did to this woman. I better donate my money and help her. And it's just, some of them might be anti-vax, but I also want to say a lot of them are probably just good, kind-hearted people. A lot of people that are good, kind-hearted people, it took me a while even, don't realize that people fake this. It's so strange. And if you don't lie and fake things, you don't think other people do. When I first heard about this, I thought people were insane. I was like, there is no way that there's a bunch of people on TikTok faking having stuff. Like, you guys are just being mean and attacking people. They exist. I don't know why. I still don't understand. I don't know why you would want to lie about anything. Because the fact checkers, I don't know why people think that the world's so stupid, like people aren't going to be checking your shit out if you're out here talking. I'm just saying, tell the truth about yourself, because otherwise things like this happen. But the thing is, if you're not someone that's around people that lie or around people that fake things and you don't watch certain creators, I watch some creators that talk about it, so that's how I got to learn about it. I was like, I gotta go watch some of these creators talking about it so that I can get used to the fact that this is even a thing. A lot of people can't watch that stuff. So to them, this isn't even a thing. Like, people don't fake ailments. What are you talking about? Why would anyone fake that? It took me like a whole year of watching people fake stuff before I came to the fucking realization that yes, unfortunately, there are people in this world who will fake things for attention. And if any of you would like my CPTSD, I will hand it right over to you. Then you don't gotta fake it for attention, all right? All right. So, to date, De Silva was the beneficiary of this GoFundMe, of course, and as of the publication of this, they were at $18,400 in donations. The spokesperson told Insider that the company has reached out for further information and would process refund requests from donors in accordance with GoFundMe's standard refund policy. So they were like, we're going to investigate into this. We don't think it's real. This has had her gain 53,800 followers on Instagram just from this. But that is according to Social Blade. And they got my stuff hella wrong, so I don't know. Instagram should really be doing more about this. They're usually really good at misinformation, but apparently they haven't really commented much on this. And on TikTok, she has actually gotten over 311,000 followers after she reiterated the claim in a since deleted viral video. Instagram actually did remove the video. Yay! But boo, because then we can't watch it. Meh. It says here that neurologists have examined the link between functional neurological disorder and vaccinations. It says functional neurological disorder is diagnosed when individuals experience unexplained neurological symptoms with no structural damage in the brain. It could be triggered by vaccination, according to Dr. Alfonso Fasano, a neurology professor at the University of Toronto and a staff neurologist at Toronto Western Hospital. But it's not the vaccine itself that's the problem. Instead, researchers believe factors such as expectations, beliefs, heightened bodily attention, arousal, and threat emotional processing may trigger the functional neurological disorder, according to an April article published in JAMA Neurology. FND can theoretically happen with a trigger such as injecting saline, and these events do not mean the current vaccines are unsafe. FND is very common. It manifests with a variety of symptoms, including weakness or paralysis, abnormal movement, tremors, loss of balance, episodes of unresponsiveness, and seizures, according to the Mayo Clinic. You guys like the Mayo Clinic? Viral videos like De Silva's that link neurological symptoms to COVID-19 vaccines have become a concern for neurologists who are advocating for greater clarity and messaging on the connections between FND and vaccination. According to a Gallup poll released in June, 1 in 4 Americans didn't want to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. Ah! Sorry, it just triggered me. With misinformation and concerns over side effects contributing factors. Yes. Vaccine hesitancy has contributed to the rise of the more infectious Delta variant of the coronavirus. This is why people need to stop spreading this misinformation about the vaccine. I don't think you realize that if you don't stop spreading this misinformation and people keep getting hesitant, this thing doesn't go away. All right? Thousands of people have died from this virus. This is a world issue. This is not just an issue in the US. It's not just an issue in the UK. We have anti-vaxxers here in Canada. You need to stop it. 1 in 4 is crazy. Literally, 1 in 4 of you are fucking crazy. The FNDS has cautioned against viral videos that suggested neurological complications after COVID-19 vaccination, saying that they could lead to a misleading impression of neurological complications of the vaccines, can also lead to misinformation about these actual diagnoses themselves. Because you got that lady seeming to think that it just means that you go like this and then people fake it and it's getting ridiculous. Stop it! I think people need to feel the responsibility of what they're doing. Especially if you have a lot of followers. And if you have a lot of followers and you are using that to spread misinformation about the COVID vaccine, shame on you. Cognitive talk. Shame. You're a disgusting person that is advocating for the death of thousands and thousands of people due to this pandemic with your misinformation. You are advocating for death. Get some help. GoFundMe offers $17,000 refunded to donors of this Instagrammer claiming that she was neurologically damaged by COVID. Look at that. GoFundMe is investigating a fundraiser set up by an Instagrammer who claimed she was neurologically damaged by the COVID vaccine. Dominique De Silva had managed to raise more than $17,500 of her $50K goal before the account was flagged, and all contributors offered a refund. The 23-year-old plucked heartstrings on July 17th when she posted a video of herself apparently suffering from dystonia or involuntary muscle contractions, yet that video has been removed by Instagram for being misinformation about the vaccine. March 18th, 2021 is the day that I made a decision that flipped my entire world upside down, she explained, about to move from Las Vegas to North Carolina. She said she decided to get Pfizer COVID vaccine to play it safe and make sure those around me weren't in harm's way. She also claimed she had underlying autoimmune issues. And see, that's the thing about this, is that if you have an autoimmune disorder, the vaccine might not be good for you. Most people with an autoimmune disorder cannot get vaccinated. Which is why it's so important for the rest of us to get vaccinated to also help protect those people. Because if we protect ourselves and we're around those people, they'll be protected through us. There's still a chance that they can get it worse, but we got to do what we can for our world, right? I mean, don't we? Or are you a fucking sociopath? So that's part of the issue here, is that even if she has this, it could be caused by the autoimmune disorder and then her getting the vaccine. Because you're not supposed to get vaccinated with an autoimmune disorder. I'm not ashamed of why I received the vax because I know my heart was in a good place and my intentions were pure. Sorry, I had to do it like her, you know. She wrote it, so I guess she's steady enough to write a lot on Instagram, though, eh? You know, the tremors and all that. It doesn't mess that up at all. Interesting. And yet here I am struggling with adverse side effects from this life-changing decision. Doctors have been pretty lost in what exactly is going on, running multiple tests, medical imaging, and neurological exams, coming back with no answers. And honestly, by now, they would be able to see the correlation. If this was caused by the vaccine, they would have found it. With all them tests. The symptoms come and go, she said. Yeah, they come and go. They come when she needs it for clout, and they go when the cameras are off. She says that she's not sharing this post to scare anyone out of making their own decision. However, she believes that people must know exactly what the risks are, yet this whole thing is a hoax to blame this on the vaccine. So, the hell. These stories shouldn't be so hidden on social media platforms or the news, and I'm done being so quiet about this. The thing is, if someone did actually get damaged by the vaccine and they told their story, everyone would share it. I would even share it. I would say, oh my God, this happened to this person. Because I'm more about giving out the proper information instead of just one side of the information. I've talked before about how I understood why some people were a little bit hesitant at first with how quick they made the vaccine. Did a whole video where we talked about that and dove through all the reasons why people were scared and went through all, the reasons why you shouldn't be. The thing with anti-vaxxers, though, is that they do confirmation bias, where they actually look and seek out things like this to say that's because of the vaccine. So people have been sharing this woman all around in that community stating, look what the vaccine has done to this person. Don't go and get it. And fear-mongering us with Dominique here. Luckily, Dominique does appear to occasionally enjoy a reprieve from her symptoms. Her Instagram page is filled with happy and carefree videos and photos posted after she got the vaccine, by the way, such as her beautiful wedding day. So apparently she didn't show symptoms on her wedding day. Because, they left that day. Came back after the honeymoon. Well, the majority of commenters send sympathies, condolences, and prayers. Not everyone was convinced her condition was vaccine-related, or indeed even real. Can't believe people are falling for this, one top comment on TikTok read. But if you had underlying conditions, portraying yourself as a regular healthy person that got the vaccine is a lie, another insisted. Yeah. You had an autoimmune disorder. On Reddit, the commenters were even less merciful. Welcome to Reddit. Only side effect she's having from the vaccine is being a shitty actor. I like Reddit. She's channeling hard the Trump impersonation of the reporter with a disability. Yeah, pretty much. One Reddit user who themselves claimed to be physically disabled was particularly offended. I am physically disabled in part from a neurological disorder. One, this is offensive as fuck. And that's one of my major issues with things like this, is that there are people out there that actually suffer from this, and then they see you acting like that. It's offensive. Two, this has to rank among the worst disability impressions I have seen. And the inconsistencies are pretty big. If you are going to fake a condition, at least have dignity and do some research. Like, fake it well. This wouldn't even get her cast in a high school play. I mean, it was pretty bad acting. 3, mental illness is faking for things like sympathy, attention, avoidance of expectations. Financially profiting from your faking requires logic and insight, not usually present in severe mental illness. When Reddit's right, they're right. 4, she is endangering countless lives spreading propaganda like this and needs to be held accountable for that. If they refuse to vaccinate based on her shenanigans, her followers won't just hurt themselves, but endanger innocent people. I don't know when our world stopped caring about that, but if we could all start caring about that again, that'd be nice. Let's not endanger innocent people out there who do have autoimmune disorders, who are under the age of 12 right now, since, I have a 7-year-old who can't yet get vaccinated. I don't want her around you refusing the vaccine. What if you get COVID? You give it to my kid. What, my kid's supposed to be sick because my conspiracy theory had to get proven? Like, no, fuck you. Go get the fucking vaccine, all right? My kid can't get it yet. I'd like her to make it to the high school play. And I don't want her to end up with COVID and dead because of your selfish ass. Just saying. Real or not, GoFundMe told 2Fab it was now investigating, having already taken down more than 250 fundraisers attempting to promote misinformation related to vaccines. Yes, there have been at least 250 fundraisers made attempting to promote some kind of ailment caused by the vaccines. It's ridiculous. I can confirm that our trust and safety team is investigating and has reached out for more information, a spokesperson told 2Fab. If any donor would like to request a refund in the meantime, we will process it for them. Go get your refunds, guys. Fundraisers raising money to promote misinformation about vaccines violate GoFundMe's terms of service and will be removed from the platform. Over the last several years, we have removed over 250 fundraisers attempting to promote misinformation related to vaccines. It is important to know that the platform is backed by the GoFundMe guarantee, which means funds are guaranteed to go to the right place or donors will get a refund. So you best be collecting those receipts. People are going to be asking to see them. As of Saturday morning, the GoFundMe was still active. And as you guys saw, it is still active, still getting donations. It's up to $22,000, well, over 20, $22,500. And it seems to keep going. GoFundMe could still be investigating this. It has only been, less than 2 months since this news broke. It's going on 2 months. That article was from August 21st. I'm recording this on the 19th of October. Happy 2 years on YouTube to me today, by the way. Woo-hoo! And so, I guess we're going to have to see if they shut it down and refund people their money. If you did donate to this person, you can write GoFundMe and get a refund. I would suggest doing that. Save your money for people that need it for real on there. There's lots of people on there that could use that money that aren't faking a vaccine ailment. Please let me know down in the comments, what do you think? I mean, maybe you think she's not faking. Maybe you do think that the government has a huge conspiracy to silence all of the vaccine injuries out there and not let anyone know. Let me know in the comments. Go ahead, yell at me all you want. Most people do anyway. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous day. Take care. Make sure you get vaccinated. Don't listen to all this fear-mongering hoo-ha on the internet here. People like Dominique saying that they now have a disorder from the vaccine. It's not real. They faking. They're faking. It's incredibly offensive to people that actually have these ailments. And I really wish that the faking disorder thing will stop. Let me know if you would like me to cover other people that are faking their disorders, because you want to give me a headache and make me hate my life. I'll do it though. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye! I'm sorry about that. Get your ears checked too. Bye. You guys owe me going viral, damn it!